So right now we are preparing for this another round of storms, stronger storms in central Indiana later today. Our meteorologist Rob Ellis has some things that we need to know to make sure that you're prepared. And we were talking about maybe even viewer fatigue a little bit when we talk about severe weather, and it kind of all glosses over. And how do we put the highlight and the exclamation point that this is different, listen up, take some action?
Yeah, as Sean said, we want you to be prepared, not scared. As Hoosiers, we kind of are dealing with tornado warnings and severe weather commonly. But here's some things that maybe you don't know about. So I've got a graphic for you and we'll go through some of the things. Do this, but also consider doing this. And let's start with the one that everyone knows. Know where to go. Lowest floor of your home. If you have a multi-story home, the basement is great, but also the interior room. But also think about this. After the storm, know where to reunite, where you can go after the storm is done, who to call, who should be hearing from you, things like that. Those are one of the things that we kind of all know, where to go, but then after the storm, also where to unite. Now, this is one that I really want people to pay attention to, multiple ways to receive alerts. One of the things that we always tell you is weather radio is great, but also have something on your phone to be able to do that. But I also want you to keep in mind, you should charge your phone ahead of time so that when the storm does hit, if the power goes out, you'll know that your phone is nice and charged. And we stream. When we do severe weather, we not only stream on WTHR+, but we also have that streaming on the web on WTHR.com, as well as on Facebook and YouTube. So one of the things that a friend of mine, his mom was taking shelter and was scared to go take shelter because then they would lose the TV. Wouldn't be able to hear Sean and Angela on the air talking about where to go. Stream that on your phone. Take that into your safe spot with you, and that's a good way to make sure that you're keeping up to it and you're seeking shelter. Now, here's one that we talked about in the newsroom for a bit. Always have your emergency kit ready. We know this, flashlights, batteries, that types of things, your important documents and papers. But here's one you may not think about. Put on shoes. And I know that sounds silly, but so many times we hear about people emerging from a disaster, and when they try to leave, they may not have put on shoes because they're in the comfort of their own home in the basement, and they didn't put on shoes before. So also bike helmets are very important to have at the ready so that if you are under a tornado warning, you can put that bike helmet on. That may help you. Head injuries are very common when you get into these types of violent tornado situations.
Yeah, I remember my son when he was little, he had a little football helmet and he would want to run and put that on. But the thing about shoes is just like, if we have big damage and if you are down in the basement and everything crumbles around you and you and your family are emerging and you don't have shoes on, an experience that Jenny Runovich had with a family going into a scene after a storm, and they're like, you just don't think of these things. And so we want you to be thinking about it right now and take some proactive steps. We hope the storm doesn't come anywhere near you.
Prepared, not scared. That's the point.
That's really key. All right. Thanks so much, Rob. Some good tips for you there.